displace, people will not be working for money, children will not be losing their contact while doing education. Work will be as a discovery. Nobody will be working for earning money or there for livelihood. They will be working for the best that they can give it to the community, and the community would see how they could be subsisted. All these things are there, and what could be the art, what could be the organization, what could be the position, all these things are saying. So when that comes, you see all the divisive energies of present human life are united there. There is no divisive energy. Money is dividing us, power is dividing us, certificates are dividing us, land boundaries are dividing us, and in that dream you see that no divisive energy is there. All are united, one. When we live to that ideal, the human unity would be there, and man, which is not the last species on earth, would transcend or progress to the next phase, next species. It will be equal to, as man is to monkey, the new species will be like, that higher than what man is. So for that, the whole earth is being prepared. The evolution is taking part on earth. And the humanity is the basis, and any preference, any desire would not allow us to move to that wider consciousness, higher life, true life. Mother is talking about truer and higher life. And that was the dream she expressed. But just expressing it she didn't stop. And it is not the divine, a dream of you and me, or a daydreaming like this. It is the dream of the divine. She is expressing it. And dream of the divine, it comes with its own force and consciousness and energy. It would manifest one day or the other. And it happened. But when she was working, even in 1964-65, when she started planning, people from, not in the beginning she was planning like that, people from all over country, there will be a player, something will happen like this. But gradually she was pushed, pressure, she was feeling a pressure to expand the project, more detailed organizing, and people inviting from these people, this will be like this. And she was feeling, hey, why I'm feeling this pressure of doing it? That means that she was not thinking. She was getting a pressure from within and the higher consciousness, and it has to manifest. The evolutionary urge was pushing, but still she was questioning herself, why I'm doing it? Interestingly, that could be a partial answer to maybe the full answer to the question why Auroville exists. And it is not me or the mother who has given the answer. Sri Aurobindo, who was not physically there, he left his body in 1950, but he gave the answer. How? In a revelation, in a vision to the mother. In 68, in the beginning of February, on 28th of February, Auroville inaugurated. Okay, so beginning of February, I think 3rd or 4th like that, and a revelation came to the mother. And where is she? And it is from Sri Aurobindo. And where is he? Mother has repeatedly told before that Sri Aurobindo is there in the subtle physical. Those who ever want to connect with him, they can easily reach him to go to meet him in his subtle physical. And for his mother, it was never a new thing. Okay? He was in subtle physical, and mother was in constant touch with him. But he revealed before mother, because mother was asking herself to know exactly. And that was maybe the right time to reveal to the mother that why Auroville is built. What did he say? He didn't start with Auroville. He said, anybody knows the answer? What he said? Anyone? First sentence? Maybe I will read directly. I have many things in my mind, but not to repeat again, I will say. 3rd of February 1968. All of a sudden, Sri Aurobindo gave me a revelation. That was something interesting, Mother says. I concentrated to know the why, the how, and so on. And all of a sudden, Sri Aurobindo said, India has become the symbolic representation of all the difficulties of the modern mankind. India has become the symbolic representation of all the difficulties of modern mankind. Being an Indian, do you feel happy? All the difficulties of the world we are representing. It is to be proud of, also we feel sorry about it. But I feel proud of, because if we can solve one problem, difficulty, then whole world will be benefited. It's a contribution of India. India will be the land of its resurrection. He doesn't live there, it is the difficulty. But it will be the place of resurrection of all, the resurrection to a higher and truer life. So that truer and higher life will be manifested, evolving in India. And Sri Aurobindo says in 68, but Mother has already put in 54 in the dream, man would live for a higher and truer life. We hear that, no? How interesting it is. Both the times Sri Aurobindo was not there in physical body. So India will be the land of its resurrection, the resurrection to a higher and truer life. And Mother says in between, says that it is a clear vision. The same thing which in the history of the universe made the earth the symbolic representation of the universe, as to concentrate the work on one point. The whole universe, and in it the earth, has a phenomena. So anything that happens on earth has its repercussion in the entire universe. Any change you do it, any progress you make it here, it affects the entire universe. And it is the divine plan. I am trying to understand, because the same question I put in the beginning, why universe, why earth, why galaxy? It is the divine will that it should progress, grow. It is the same phenomena. In my childhood, I was listening to a story, maybe you know or not, maybe if you know then you can relate it. There was an asura somewhere, and he was doing a lot of disturbances. People were trying to escape, kill, all these things, they never succeeded. But then a secret revealed, you know this story? No, revealed that, in that ocean, there is a mountain, and on top of the mountain, there is a palace. In that palace, there is a room, and in that room, there is a box. In that box, there is a small container. In that, there is one fly. And if that fly is killed, this asura will be killed automatically. Could you connect it? It's the similar phenomena, like whatever that is happening in the earth, it happens in the universe. If earth transforms, the whole universe will happen. Similar phenomena is here. All the difficulties of the world could be resolved and man would live a truer and higher life if that happens in India. And India is the representation of all human difficulties on earth, and it is in India that the cure will be found. These are all Mother's words, and that is why what Shiva Mother says, that is why I was made to start Auroville. That is why you were made to start Auroville. So again, a nucleus in India, the Auroville is started because to find a solution to the present difficulties of the world, and the divine wanted this to happen. That is why it is the dream of the divine, we say, no? So that the difficulties, the solution to the human difficulties will come, and here it will be experimented, and it is being experimented. The first video says 35 nations, people from 35 nations, countries, but now there are more than 60 nations. It is growing. When I came here 25 years ago, it was 35, now it is 60, and then everywhere we are taking some 100, 150 new people, though we are slow, but we are growing. But again, it is divine wish. So this is why Auroville, as I understand. If you have any question on this, I am open to talk to you, but this is why Auroville exists. And Auroville exists. Then the second question that you have asked, Mr. Sajeev, how one lives and works here. So if Auroville has been created with the divine will, and the community of people from all over the world have to live here, that is whose wish? Who would come here? Who will decide? And this man, did you decide to come, or some situation made you to come? And you were obliged to come. You couldn't take any decision than this. Oh, this is the thing. Who decided? Who made me? As if sometimes hypnotized or just pulled with a rope on my neck, come here, and and it is not only one, all these 3,000 people that are living here have come with a definite purpose, and that purpose has been decided, very often not known to us. Some people are aware why they are here, some people are not, but still there is something in them which is conscious of the purpose for which here, and they can serve a few years, few months, few decades, and as long as they are useful for the realization of the purpose of Auroville, they will certainly be here. It is not only me and my mind and my will, desire which is governing me here, it is something beyond that which is governing. Sometimes I am aware, sometimes I am not. It does not make a big difference for the director whether the person knows or not why they are playing, but as long as they plays a role, that is enough for him. And that actor is behind, is not seen. And this, whatever the way we can put, the spirit of Auroville. How we live and work here. We live here connected with the spirit of Auroville, and we work for the divine consciousness, correct? Only the divine consciousness which is engaging me in the work, and the spirit I am connected with, whether I am aware here or not, but something in me is certainly aware of it. And if I come and live here and leave, means just the knot, the rope that is tied to me gets elongated. It does not have any limit. It can go to America or Antarctica, but the connection is there. I was useful, I will be useful. When it again I will come back or not, that is I do not know. But we are connected with the spirit. Some people say, oh, people come only for earning. As Lakhe also said, some people came for livelihood, some people came for doing this project, some people came for run a unit. All these things in the surface. The essence is we are connected with the spirit, and as much as many ways as that spirit wants us to engage, us to get engaged, that does it, and we are only the, sorry to say, puppets. And the puppet word I have not created. I can read something from Mother, you will get offended, but I do not take the responsibility, because what she says, the city will be built by what is invisible to you. I think all these things that I was talking about, maybe you could have felt something of that invisibility, which we do not see. Our eyes, our ears, everything we do not see are here, but something is invisible, and the city will be built by what is invisible to you. The men who have to act as instruments, that means we are all instruments. Sometimes we are here physically or not, but we are the instruments. Will do so, that means they will build, will do so despite themselves. They are only puppets in the hands of larger forces. It is the Mother who is talking. They are only the puppets in the hands of larger forces. Forces with capital F. Nothing depends on human beings, neither the planning nor the execution, nothing. That is why one can laugh. Some people do not like to laugh, but one has to laugh. There is no other way. We are a puppet. As an artist, he knows how to play puppet shows, and he can just ring the strings and the puppets will be playing and the audience will be entertained, correct? So, there are so many, and now maybe 3,000, and Mother has visioned for 50,000 people living here together, and more people live, more the unity experiment will happen, and sooner it will be realized. And she has approved a galaxy plan, which is completely radical, so interesting architecturally, and all the architects of the world, they appreciated how could this plan be, and it has an ever progressive design, and that is being manifested, and more this galaxy plan is manifested, more and more this truer and happier life, truer and higher life can be realized. This is always a step ahead. Okay? And if you have any question, I can take it up here. Then, what else is possible beyond my unit or my work? Everybody, the question was given to me, thinking that audience will be from different units coming here. No? Now there are about 7,000 workers coming from neighboring villages and working here, whereas we are 2,500, 400 adults, 2,000 adults living here. And this population, those are Aurovillians it is the cream kind of. So much of creativity is there. They have been chosen from different parts of the world, and it is not by any force, it is a conscious energy, conscious force who has chosen and brought them here. Nobody has given, from here, nobody has sent any invitation or appointment letter to anybody, those who have come there. Did you get any appointment letter? No. Then you are here, crazy man, without caring, nothing is promised, you only give and give. But those who give and give, actually they get so much incomparable. I can give you an example, because I am just a first-hand witness of that. Somebody from distant part of course from here, India, other part of India, a couple, they started their journey. On the way, they are calling me, we are coming to Auroville. Why? Oh, we want to live in Auroville. I got shocked. Hey, in Auroville, such a difficult place. You need a lot of resources, you need to find whether the job is there or not. If you see externally, I asked, have you contacted anybody here? Do you know where you are going to work, where are you going to stay? No. But their voice was so strong, so clear, I had to say spontaneously, I didn't think, remain in touch, contact with the inspiration you are getting. That is only strength that you have. Nobody else can guarantee you do anything. And they had gathered about ₹1 lakh before coming here. Whatever that the institution gave, actually they didn't gather, just because they had to leave, they came with that money. And when they landed here, every month you have to pay per head 3,000 rupees to city service, somewhere some house rent, and you are living own boarding. And money started flowing out. And they started the newcomer process. Everybody was happy to receive them, but financially and all these things, materially, it is difficult for anybody to take the responsibility of. A moment came when they had to pay another 6,000 rupees to the monthly to the city services, and they had only 6,000 rupees. They called me, what shall we do? And I was not in a position to also, to embrace a couple and do everything. My journey is different, I will tell you later if time permits. Then, again, spontaneously, without thinking, I said, give that also. Let's see. And they did. And what happened? Then the next month they don't have any money now for their survival. So what could have happened? Can you imagine? Common sense? They might have left, no? That is one of the options, of course. And what? He is very positive, and that happened so. Though they were newcomers, in the beginning of newcomer period, and they started getting maintenance. Because they were sincere. They were completely surrendered. But no outer standard can measure their sincerity and the depth of surrender. And something happened. They did get maintenance. And after a few months, they got a house. For that, they don't have to pay a single penny, with everything furnished. Nobody knew. How could it happen? Who organized this? The unseen larger forces. Isn't it correct? All the administration became puppets to get this realized. What the strength they had? Only the sincerity and connection with the spirit. Somebody, he is quite old, he is still there and he is running a very big unit. Somebody from a distant European country where 6 months in a year it is ice, and they need to prepare food and cook inside the ice, and they dig out and eat during the winter time. And a couple, they were meditating. They were into meditation. Somebody one day gave me a packet of incense stick from ashram, and it was so pleasant. In Europe, usually you don't get all these things, but where it is made? Oh, Pondicherry, India. Can we visit that place? And they wanted to come, but for that, how much money is needed? They didn't have that much. And in that country, because the population is getting less and less, the government has declared those who get married, they will get so many euros or something like that at that time, what was there. Yes, let us get registered. And they got that money. With that money they came. And while passing from Chennai to Pondicherry, on the way they see this incomplete structure, Matri Mandir, they felt attracted. While staying in Pondi, they visited. Gradually it happened, I am making it the short, they landed here, they split. It was not any, the kind of conflict or anything. Each one wanted to live the inner life, that was helpful. And that person is an executive of a very, very large company now and contributing to the whole world. Even Aurovillians, their skills. So how they were, and over these 25 years I have seen, when there is a need of a person of certain skill, really need, in the community I am talking about, that kind of person is coming and asking to join Auroville, and that person is given that work and he does. Nobody, because you wouldn't know where that person could be. And those who come in the motive of service, serving the divine consciousness, and that happens within. So, when you are here, what is beyond my unit and my work? There is no my unit, not my work. It is the divine work that I am doing. As long as I am sincere and offering my work to the spirit, then that spirit, that larger force knows what is best for me for my next phase of growth, and I will surely guide it. At the situation will happen, I will go there. For me it happened, just I can tell my story. I was a principal of Sri Aurobindo Integral Education Center in Odisha. I was invited to start a school in again north in some ashram. We went there. And in Odisha I was well known all over the state even now. I am not boasting myself, just I am saying because I have to give that picture. As an educationist and organizer and everything. But then I was, and it was not, I was not doing for my earning livelihood. Whatever that came, you can imagine my wife and me were getting only 1,000 rupees per month. Though 27 years ago, but it is not, but we were working 24 hours. It is but our needs were fulfilled. It is not that we were surviving poorly or but when the energy needed for me to get engaged there, I went there. And in Odisha, where I was living then, it was a much polluted, even now it is a polluted, colliery and lot of dust. I fell in malaria for 4 times a year, but I didn't care. I am not boasting myself, just it was the situation. But the divine maybe wanted that I shouldn't be living there. And I was called to on the river bank of Ganga, foothill of Himalayas, and such a healthy atmosphere, peace, large, vast, in the boundary of Rajaji Ram Mohan, there is National Park, all these things, and it was wonderful. 2 years I started and ran that school in that ashram. Somebody from here went, oh Ram Narayan, you are here, you are supposed to be, maybe you are supposed to be in Auroville. I said, I have seen, I have read, but I don't know how to be there. No, I will do everything for you. Please come and see. He also didn't impose on me. Then he bore all the expenses, and we came and we stayed there. Then things evolved. I was a teacher in one of the schools for 3 years. Though I was a principal there, I was a trainee here. But I never felt that I was demoted, It is a learning. Whole life is learning. As he said, unending education, correct? A youth that never ages. So after 3 years, I was asked to become the manager of one business unit. Then I went there. After 2.5 years, I was invited to be an executive in Sire, Sri Aurobindo Intelligence, and Sire, I think, in Auroville. I was there for 9 years. The things changed. It is not that I wanted. What I mean to say, can I see beyond my work and my unit? Why I have to see beyond? That means I have to be unsatisfied in this one so that I will get satisfaction in something else. If I leave something with my dissatisfaction, I will also get that dissatisfaction in another place, because this dissatisfaction doesn't depend upon outer circumstances. It is something inside. I need to grow. Without any attachment, I should be able to do it. That is my work I should contribute to the community or the divine. No attachment. As he is asking about the work, I can relate a few things about the work. Time is over?
We can also take some questions.
Just one or two messages I can read so that my job is finished. In works, aspiration towards perfection is true spirituality. Whatever work you do it as perfectly as you can. That is the best service to the divine in man. Okay? But the best service, am I perfect so that I can do the best service? I am not perfect. Whatever that I do, I find, I could have done a little better, sorry, I didn't do it. We feel always afterwards, hey, I did a mistake. But then if you are doing mistake, then you don't do. That is the right way. Because we are not perfect, we can never do perfect thing. If you lose the work, then you leave the work. That is not correct. If man had to stop work when they are not perfect, everybody would stop working. It is in the work that we must progress and purify ourselves. So, what is the work? Purpose of the work? To purify yourself, to perfect yourself, and that is connecting to the inner discovery. What we really are, through that guidance, we will be doing it, but externally we will be trying to do our best. continue to do the work you are doing, but never forget that it can and must become better. Always believe that you can do better. If somebody says it is, don't get upset. Who is getting upset? Only our ego, our desire. I needed some recommendation, or like this. But that is not the purpose we are doing. You are doing perfecting yourself and offering yourself to the divine consciousness. If we wanted to get praise, certificate, a big yearning, why did you come here? Because this is not that place. And also it was not your choice to come here, you came because you had to come. So the energy that brought you here to make you more perfect, you also could think that it is the cream of humanity that have come here. Those who have that possibility of progress and participating in an experiment of human unity, which would give the solution to the difficulties of the world. Connect that. So if he said something, I get agitated, that means something in me is asking for some purification. I take in that spirit. What he said, it was not pleasant, sometimes quite bothering, and maybe I will go to have a sleepless night. That is a difficulty, but don't take it as the difficulty, as a opportunity to grow. It is not only from somebody else, even from yourself. You might have broken such a valuable thing, you feel sorry, maybe at your home or in the office. But that is also an opportunity to learn, to progress. Maybe a big thing, big loss also happened, but don't get frustrated, depressed. This frustration, depression is connecting to the other energy which we don't want. We don't have to think about that. Just be positive. And here I can quote a very interesting, of course, very lovely quote for me. Be grateful to all the ordeals, difficulties, no? Because they are the shortest way to the divine. So take work, difficulties as opportunity to learn. Never get depressed, try to perfect yourself, and whole life is given to you to make yourself perfect. Let us work on that. And those who are sincere, put their 100% effort, they are blessed, and the divine is with them. And again, maybe it is the selfishness of the divine, because divine wants to manifest human unity, helping us, utilizing us, but making us perfect. If more and more perfect people are more and more people, those who lead truer and higher life, it is a divine's achievement, no? He takes all the credit. Let him know. Okay, now I can stop here, sir.
Yes. Yeah. And you can also, you guys have any questions or anything, please feel free to ask. And also you can introduce yourself, maybe just your names and where are you coming from.
Yes, that will be interesting. I was thinking of asking in the beginning, because of time constraint, I didn't do that.
So, yeah, you can start.
My name is Surya.
Surya.
I'm coming from Coimbatore. Currently, I'm not working anywhere. I've taken a kind of like a sabbatical. I was an engineer, but I'm trying to do something else in my life. So I'm just exploring things.
Good. Surya from Coimbatore.
Here for a couple of months, but I'm also thinking of moving here for a few years.
Be careful, huh?
It's not an easy to start, but
Yeah, a person from Andhra Pradesh comes here. It was not easy, but still he is surviving. But I am also enjoying and contributing a lot to the community. We don't guarantee you, huh? Who am I to say? Just we feel, I am happy to hear that. And I would take a minute with him. If after I will come to you. You see, when you have seen all plants, trees, and there is a flower, there is a possibility of getting a fruit also, no? And when a fruit starts, it is very so tiny, but then it will grow, it will grow, it will grow, it will be ripe, and when it is ready, it will fall for the service of the humanity. Does it make any sense? So, depending upon the kind of fruit, it will happen when it.
First of all, sorry for coming late. I reached here a little late. My name is Kashish. My name is Kashish.
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 Okay.
I'm coming from Punjab. Professionally, I work with Government Schools of India. I work for enabling technology in Government Schools of India as part of a social work. I work in an NGO called the Learning Foundation. I work as a product manager there. So I do feel like we can serve the divine by contributing ourselves fully in the service, in any service, by being anywhere in the world. Maybe not just in Auroville, but we can be anywhere in the world if we are fully giving a contribution from heart. We can do serve the divine from it. But I wanted to come here and see this place, how people are living and how all the people are coming together and serving from their heart. I wanted to experience that. Since last 2-3 years, I had this wish. I got some time now. I'm working from here only. I do work for my NGO also, remotely. And in the time that I get before and after that, I'm just trying to talk to more people and learn more about the place. I'm here for about more than a week now. I'm trying to understand the place. Till now, whatever I've seen, we live in a capitalistic world. Everything works for capitalism. For now, I won't say that I've explored much of Auroville, but I can say, like, till what I've explored, this is also becoming a little more capitalistic because of tourism. A lot of tourists come, so because of that, a lot of Aurovillians have started their business. So they are also trying to make money, so they can live off better here. Or what do you think about this capitalism being mixed with the service of divine, like contributing towards selfless service? So it is becoming a little bit of capitalism getting involved in the selfless service. So that was contradicting thing. That I'm trying to understand by being here. I'm here for 2 more weeks. I'll explore, I'll observe. If I like the place, I'll stay more, I'll explore more. I'm open to this place. It's fine to send. As you mentioned, you have worked in Sire. I wanted to talk to some person from Sire also. Contribute here in education. Maybe we'll talk about that later. But yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and good. Exploring is a very good thing. And even when the people come first and they approach, we say that just explore. Exploration period, no? Minimum 3 months we say. Explore Auroville. That also gives an opportunity to somebody to, because somehow or the other they were attracted by the spirit, the idea of Auroville, the community life, selfless things. Somewhere they got it. But how far they can tag themselves into the thing, that they have to again get confident by observing and finding their own energy, and and once they observe or explore at least for 3 months, we say, Some people explore for 2 years. Nothing bad. And then once things are clear to that person, then they can approach, okay, I would like to join. And you have taken the path of exploration. It is very good, congratulations. And I will come to capitalism later. You see, my father was a very petty grocery shop owner. And at that time, I don't know, he can know from Andhra, but in Odisha we had, there were jaggery pots. And you get directly liquid jaggery only. And we see the ants, the black ants, they come. It is sweet. And they run around the neck of the pot. It is sweet, they are seeing. Then, while doing that, some of them they fall. And in that liquid jaggery, they are full of sweet, but they are they can't come out of it. I don't know what will happen to you while doing the exploration from outside. That I don't know, I can't guarantee. But that is a good thing. You do it. And capitalism, and I am not of that business thing, but I can say whatever that minimum I understand. But during my presentation, I said, whatever somebody is doing, something in them is in touch with the spirit of Auroville. I may do something which may appear that I am doing something against Auroville or against the ideal of Auroville, but at the same time I would be contributing to the spirit of Auroville for its realization. It is a building stage. And if they are completely useless for the spirit of Auroville, for its manifestation, they will not stay here. I have seen, you see, I have not completed my introduction also, which I could have said, I will say you now. After Sire 9 years, I became an entry board member, and there was no entry board before we started the entry board. We started means the community started and they asked me to join as an entry board member. First year is the exploratory. We see, okay, can we follow this process like this, it's okay, and we had to give community feedback, okay, can we not do this, can we do this? The whole policy was evolving, and in the first group, 1 year time was given to us, I was there. Then it was ratified, and the second one, without, they also asked me to join. So that was for 3 years tenure. After that again one more, I completed 5 years as an entry board member. And there I have seen many instances are there, many examples given, but only about the capitalism I am coming to here. Much affluent people from other countries also come, from this country also were there, they come. Somehow or the other they get into it. It is not that they were useless or ignorant or they wanted to exploit anything, nothing like that. With all the goodwill they came, but there was a moment they themselves had to decide, they left. So, if you focus on capitalism or doing all these things, as long as they are useful with your capitalistic attitude, you will be there, and when the spirit wants, then you have to decide yourself, nobody will throw you out. Only we ask them to leave, certain people. During our entry period also we said that they are not ready to join. We don't say that you are useless, because at that time the harmony with the community they could establish, they couldn't do it and they were not ready. We say that come after some time. As a human level we do it, but the spirit does its work. So people, those who have, you see all the units, He was saying 700 something units. Did community give a penny to start the work? Business? No. And they invested everything. And out of the profit, they have to give to the central fund 33%. So, and is the community not benefited by that? They are not serving the community. They are capitalistic. Their capitalistic attitude, skills were used for the community in one way or the other. They were not doing, and if they completely do nonsense, they will automatically be out. Or if something happens, then community will say, can you please stop it or go? Something like it is a very worst case. We don't have to think about that, what will community say. There is something else. We are the puppets. As we said, if you want to be puppet, then you come. But now you observe then you decide whether you want to be a puppet. Did I hurt you? Did I hurt you? No. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it goes to the collective part and the community will be benefited out of it. It's different for business units, for commercial units.
He didn't get any invitation to come and explore Auroville. He came himself. Now he is getting trapped. Who can do?
Not trapped.
I'm joking.
Whatever question that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. To bring little words of humor that I'm saying. Okay, take it seriously. I will be serious with you. No problem. Yeah, if you have any more questions, please continue.
From your speech. What did you mean by higher and truer life? And I also want to know about the relationship between the work and connecting with the conscious divine, the divine consciousness. How is like work related to the divine consciousness?
You see, in the dream, it is saying where the higher and truer life. There should be somewhere on earth a place which no nation could claim as its own, where all human beings of goodwill who have a sincere aspiration could live freely as citizens of the world and obey one single authority, that of the supreme truth. A place of peace, concord and harmony, where all the fighting instincts of man would be used exclusively to conquer the causes of his suffering and miseries, to surmount his weaknesses and ignorance, to triumph over his limitations and incapacities. A place where the needs of the spirit and the concern for progress would be take precedence over the satisfaction of desires. Okay, where did I miss it? This higher and truer life. It was supposed to be here. It didn't come here, no? Those who welcome to the people, that is another message. See, if you live the life guided by, inspired by the supreme truth and the one single authority, which is the single authority, that would lead to a higher life. Now, who is leading us? Our mind, our desire, our physical needs, all these things are leading life. We are leading life, but we don't know what else could be there. But when something higher in us is leading that life, that will be higher. Something truer part in us is leading us, then that is a truer life. What is that? That is the psychic being, that soul in us, the divine in us. That is the only, if you are guided by that, then you are leading a higher life. And that is the true, and it doesn't, and mind is half knowledge. And the divine, the source, the psychic being, the soul has the full divine knowledge. So when we are guided by a truer and higher part of our being and live that life according to its guidance, then it is higher and truer life, what I understand. And more you read Mother and Sri Aurobindo, you will get different meanings also. For me, it is like this. Does it make any sense?
Also, like they say, work is
Huh.
What Aurobindo says, whatever you work consciously, and that will lead to your truer and higher life. Like, that is the truer work that you do for yourself is your own. That consciousness will take you to that higher level. In general, like, Karma Yoga is integral yoga also, like they say. It is yoga, your work is yoga. That's what they say. That's what Aurobindo has said also. So whatever you work truly, consciously, and that will lead to your truer life, like higher consciousness.
Without any
Without any
expectation,
expectation.
without any
Like the truer,
return.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I am also still learning, so it's really nice that you asked this question. Reminded me that as well. You work consciously, but you work truly to yourself. So that will.
Based on what I have read till now, not from the Mother and Sri Aurobindo, but I have read more about, from Swami Vivekananda.
Hmm.
They also say the similar things, but the wordings are a little different.
Hmm.
So they say Karma Yoga or any kind of yoga. Yoga means directly connecting to the divine, connecting our soul to the divine. That we can do by eliminating our thoughts. So if we have some desires, some expectations, we won't leave thoughts. So we have to involve ourselves into some process. Okay? Either we do it by serving others, Karma Yoga, or we do it by meditating, Raj Yoga, or some other way. Okay? We have to basically clean our mind. So the way we are doing here in Auroville is by Karma Yoga. We involve ourselves very deeply into the work, do it very consciously, that we forget the other things and completely devote ourselves into that. So if we can do that, we may reach that divine.
Correct. Those who want to lead an inner life, they are actually aspiring for a higher and truer life. And that inner being to be discovered. And sometimes that comes to the surface and takes the lead of our entire situation. Sometimes somebody's parents passed away and there is nobody and he has to do something. Then okay, this is my only thing. Those things happened because that person was meant to be here, that's why it happened so. It could be like that. It cannot be a general rule. So when situation come, difficult situation come, we ask ourselves, hey, what to do? What is the best thing that I can do? And you are in face to face with the divine. You are asking, why did you send me upon earth in this situation? Please tell me. Then you are asking, you are straight away getting connected with the self. And that guidance will come, that will lead to your truer and higher life. Because usually we are engrossed or engaged with the superficial things, our mundane life, we forget. We don't ask that question to ourselves. But if divine chooses, then it will put in certain situation that you will have to ask that question and do that. That's why when somebody says, oh, I have chosen this life. But what Sri Aurobindo says in Synthesis of Yoga, there is a book he has written. Those who have chosen the infinite, they have already been chosen by the infinite. Because the divine has chosen you, you are put in certain circumstances or a situation where you have to think about the divine only, and that is a grace actually. Only certain people in the world get this grace because something in them is mature to lead the life, truer and higher life. If you put somebody else, they may break because they don't know where the source energy is coming, but the energy will be pushing. So it is a grace that one asks for a divine life and truer life and higher life, because something in us is actually, coming to the surface, and it is again divine grace that can happen so. And to be a true Aurovillian, first condition, the first necessity is the inner discovery. You have put this question not to us. The first necessity is the inner discovery in order to know what one truly is behind social, moral, cultural, racial and hereditary appearances. We know ourselves, okay, my heredity this. You know, for me, my grandfather, paternal grandfather, was a landlord. Many villages were under his control. Even my childhood, I have seen when even India was free, something happened, and there are so many carts of loads of rice and all these things will come, and oh, they are coming to their. Now I don't have a single inch of land in my name. So what happened that I took a decision, I am here. If I have done something good, if I am here and I am lucky to be here, then all that happened was a blessing for me, which apparently for any capitalistic person would say that, yeah, how could this happen to him? But I am happy. People have everything and they leave everything and they come, oh, I would like to, and then the community will say that yes and no, all these things. So situation can happen, but they have all an inner meaning to our life. That we have to ask when we are face to face with the situation, ask the divine why. Sometimes maybe we have to just go into the rooftop and open to the sky, oh divine, tell me why. Maybe some answer. No human beings can give an answer, only your inner self will give. There you will get that strength, like that couple that I gave the example of. Only your inner strength, inner guide. Your sincerity is your only strength. Your sincerity is your only strength. In sincerity means sincere to yourself. I don't know whether I could answer your question. Okay, so this one, at the center is a being, there is a being free in our center. There is a being which is free, vast and knowing, who awaits our discovery and who ought to become the active center of our being. It is there. It wants to be free. Now it is not free because it is suppressed by our social norms, customs. I am an European, I am a Tamil, I am an Odia, I am this, that. These are my superficial things. And oh, how can a Tamil do like this? Oh, how can a Hindi person do this? I am born in a Brahmin family, how can I do this? You know, I am a white person, how can I do this? All these things beyond social, moral, cultural, racial and hereditary. My grandfather was that, and how can I be without having this? All these things are superficial. Okay? At the center there is a being which is free, vast and knowing, who awaits our discovery. It is there, just it awaits for our discovery. And who ought to become the active center of our being. It wants to be the center of our being. It wants to lead the life that is higher and truer. The fulfillment of one's desire bars the way to the inner discovery. If I have a desire, means satisfaction of oneself. There is a difference between desire and aspiration. Aspiration, you want something higher. Desire, you something for your own selfish gratification. Fulfillment of one's desire bars the way to the inner discovery. Only this is the bar. This will not help us. What will I get? If I join Auroville, if I give everything, what will I get? Okay, that you are not ready yet. Give unconditionally. Like that couple that I said. Give unconditionally. You don't know what is there beyond. Whole universe is there. But that you have to trust and believe. And even not immediately, it may not come immediately. Who knows how it will come? No expectation, no condition. Oh, if I get after 1 year, then I will give everything. No, just give it. If you want to jump into the sea, don't think that your purse will be wet, will get wet. Just jump. It is an adventure. Auroville journey is an adventure. I am not scaring you. Huh? I am not scaring you, just I am saying what I am experiencing. Okay? The fulfillment of one's desires bars the way to the inner discovery, which can only be achieved in the peace and transparency of perfect disinterestedness. That means the inner discovery can only be achieved in the peace and transparency of a perfect disinterestedness. You understand what is a disinterestedness and what is uninterestedness? No? Uninterestedness, as I said in the given example, if my neighbor is suffering, I am not interested in that. But you do something which you don't think of what you are gaining. That means you don't have any interest. Interest, you understand? He is saying something because he has some interest, and he wants to gain something. That is disinterestedness. So, perfect disinterestedness, perfect sincerity, the transparency word is also there. Sincerity, transparency, disinterestedness, all of the similar category. So, the inner discovery can happen only when you are transparent, disinterested, sincere, without any selfish motive. And that is the first condition to be an Aurovillian. And that is there already. It is not that you are asked to just lose yourself. Divine is all knowing, he knows. He will not throw you, he will not discard you. If you give even for a moment in your life, you have said, Divine, I am for you. You might have forgotten everything, but that moment is the most sincere moment when you have said, Divine. Then Divine takes care of you your entire life. You are with the protection. Nothing will, whatever the disaster may come, but he is Divine with you. There is an interesting story. There was somebody, I will come to you. There is a story, it is written also. There was somebody who was walking on the beach, and there were footsteps, and he see the vision image, and there were two pairs of foot going, and then it became only one pair. In his vision he saw, and he related to his life. Oh, here the Divine was with me, here the Divine was with me, when he found two pairs. And then there was a moment where most difficult time in his life, there finds only one pair. And he asked the Divine, oh Divine, how can you leave me alone in my most difficult period of life? And what he gets the answer? At that time I was taking you on my shoulder. So it was Divine who was working. Even we forget, we get whatever, Divine doesn't lose us, leave us. That's why he is a perfect friend. Okay, we will spend little time with him, and maybe 2 minutes. Sorry for I think you also got something from our thing, no? Okay.
Just